Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of The Aftermath. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm joined by Dylan.
Coming at you with another radioactive special.
We got another Godzilla movie for you, and please hold your applause.
Right.
I mean, guys.
All right, shut up.
I mean, thank you, but I know you guys are just,
Chomping at the bit.
foaming at the mouth from this.
Frothing at the
I
gash.
mean, you guys just want us to do more Godzilla. I actually don't know. I mean, you guys could honestly be done with it, but it doesn't matter because we're going to keep
don't
talking.
give a fuck.
You know what?
Watch what we want on here.
I hope that all of the people that really enjoy the Godzilla franchise, especially fans of our show that enjoy us talking about the
These are for
Godzilla
you.
franchise, I want you to know that I appreciate you personally.
You're our favorites.
I think you and me have a kindred spirit here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see you.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways,
Brothers of the soul.
we are bound together by this.
The ancient creed.
Yeah, exactly.
Of a big lizard.
I right out the gate.
Mhm.
I start us off right here at the top.
Yeah.
This was, and I've said this before
Mhm.
numerous times. Again, for any of you guys out there listening, we just watched Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and this was the first Godzilla film that I had ever seen. and
What a way to start.
and I have not watched it since then.
Mm-hmm.
So I've only ever watched this movie once
See, my initial
in the theaters.
Yeah. My initial plan with this was to save it until after we'd finished all of the Showa era films.
Yeah.
Just to get your take on it, like now that you've been exposed to the humble beginnings.
Right.
But I could not wait.
I mean, this is
we still got a good chunk of the Showa era to finish off, but I figured since we just watched the 2014 one,
yeah.
we might as well.
And I think it's a good layup.
Yeah.
And that we got King of Monsters out the way.
Mm-hmm. I was worried about doing these back to back. I really was.
I-
It was. It was another toss up between either this or Mazinger.
Oh, I
I
keep
was
waiting.
like, I don't know. Is he feeling like Rocket Punch tonight, or is he feeling more Screonk?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to feel it out. To be honest, it's been a doozy of a day.
Mm-hmm. I know if
I've-
that anything will lift your spirits, it'll be the big G himself.
Oh man, and it did.
Mhm.
I at first I was surprised, and then I was comforted.
Yeah.
Today has just been one of those days where it's been like nonstop. There was like one thing after the next, and I feel like
Just one of those days.
Yeah,
You don't want to wake up. Everything is fucked. Everybody sucks.
Thank you, Limp.
Don't forget my cohort's biscuit.
Biscuit. Biscuit. I have on my phone, I have like Google Fit or Google Health, whatever it is. And when I go to the gym, I'll try and I go on the treadmill a lot and just getting some like steps in and stuff. And you know how it is. I just trying to keep myself active without doing, like a whole lot of strenuous workouts. I'm just trying to keep myself moving.
It's like the complete opposite of what I did today.
yeah. I mean, that's okay. That's it. But the thing is, I have those days, and then I also have days like what you're talking about, where I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just gonna chill here, and I'm not gonna do nothing.
Yep.
I'm saying all that, but then there are days where I don't go to the gym, but I have really busy days at work.
Mm-hmm.
That even though I work like in an office, I do like move around a lot, and I do stuff like that.
Still strenuous work.
Yeah. The app I have set to like a certain like step count, and I think it's give or take a mile and a quarter like worth of steps. I think it's something like 2,000 or 3,000 steps, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like my daily goal, quote unquote.
Right.
And I just have it set to that, and it just it runs in the background, I guess, or however it tracks it or whatever. And I know it's a busy day at work. Then when the day is over with, I get the notification like, "Congratulations, you got your step goal." And I was like, "I didn't even go to the. I didn't even. I just been walking around today."
Oh, good.
And so like that's been my day today. Was just like nonstop, but it was good
to do that.
But it's okay. I was like, and I know for a fact that I got the podcast tonight, so I can sit down and probably watch some sort of good movie and then talk about it afterwards.
Yep.
And this is exactly what that is. This is exactly what this is.
Mm-hmm.
We watched Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yep.
And I right out the gate, because I've only watched this movie once,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have seen the extensive repertoire
Oh yeah.
of other Godzilla films, and now revisiting it, like
Mhm.
having like the knowledge of some of the Easter eggs and some of the
Oh,
nods
yeah.
they were doing,
Mhm.
I was like, man, this is actually a really good Godzilla
yeah.
movie. Not to say that 2014 wasn't good.
Mhm.
I think it was a good, and I think I've said this before, but after watching this film, it is now like cemented that
Yes.
2014 was a great, I think, initial concept for us as Americans
Right.
to
The
redemption.
redemption.
The redemption, and I think
Mhm.
it was like what many first movies are, is like an establishing movie.
Right. It hit all the marks. It
It
did
all-
everything it needed to do.
Yes, it got us all on board, and I think that the Godzilla 2014 walked so that way King of Monsters could run,
Mhm.
and that's exactly what I think
That
this
was a
movie
full
did.
sprint, dude.
Man, they had so
Jesus.
many good Easter eggs, so many
Mhm.
good little nods.
Oh yeah.
It was fun in aspects, and it was also just there was some I feel like the word fan service has a bad connotation to it,
Mhm.
but it's like those little.
Right.
If you're a strong fan of this series, there are some things you'll be able to look at and go like, oh, I know exactly what they're referring
Yep.
to, but it doesn't feel gross or
Right.
at least not to me. It didn't.
No.
But even as someone that had previously never watched a Godzilla movie,
Mhm.
this being the first one that I watched, I mean,
Like even without knowing everything, I feel like it did a good enough job.
that's what
just
I'm
to
saying.
get you on board.
Because it did. Because I was like, the whole.
As we've said before, everyone has at least surface level knowledge of Godzilla.
Yes, I knew
He's a giant monster.
I knew of Godzilla. I never understood why people loved Godzilla.
Mhm.
And then after this movie, I was like, I get it.
I get it.
I get it.
I'm in.
He's a big monster that like he's a little what is it? Elusive.
Right.
Don't quite know what he's thinking.
Yeah, morally gray,
Mhm.
perhaps.
Yeah, he doesn't
Out to defend the planet, not necessarily humanity.
exactly. And it's like I can get behind that.
Yeah.
It's cool. There's some collateral damage. I mean, you can't be a big boy like that and not break a few buildings. I'm
It ain't
just
his
saying.
fault.
Hey, it is what it
He
is.
was born that way.
Right. You can see me. I can't quite see you. So just make sure if I'm coming through,
Right,
you
give me
just,
a wide
just
berth.
yeah,
okay?
exactly. Yeah, just keep your distance
Wide load
from me.
coming through.
Right. I can't actually see you sometimes because you're so small, but that's not a knock on you. I'm so big.
Right.
I'm violently huge, and your cities are so small.
Imagine trying to keep up with sentient ants.
I'm just saying. I mean,
There'd be a disaster everywhere you go.
right. But when the sentient ants do try and like give you like like a handshake of some kind, they reach out. It's like, okay, I get you.
I
guys.
see you.
Right, I see you now.
Right.
I see that we're trying to communicate something here. That's cool.
Mhm.
I mean, I can't really. Again, it's about as
I'm not
much.
going
as
to fix that building.
Yeah. I can't
Sorry.
do that. I can help you here and try my best not to kill you.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
took care of that anteater though.
yeah. But that whole city you got there, I mean, it's gonna. As long as I'm punching shit,
Just gonna have to give it time, dude.
you're gonna have to.
You can rebuild. It's
You're
okay.
gonna have to forgive me for this one.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Oh, what a tangent.
Mhm.
But anyways, this movie I feel like hits all the marks.
Oh yeah.
Has so many great.
I feel like they played it safe with 2014 just to get a read
that's
on things.
That's what I'm saying.
And then
yeah.
as soon as they got the green light for a sequel, they were like,
Yes.
okay,
Oh, here we go.
let's get everything. Let's
Let's
put everything
take.
in
You
there.
know, you want to know what I felt from this one?
Mhm.
You want to know exactly what I felt from this one?
What?
I was like, let's do. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
We did good on 14.
Mhm.
We got the green light and another one.
Yeah.
Let's take Final Wars and then tone it down.
Right. This is actually, I just realized it's more in line with Ghidorah's first appearance in the Showa era,
Yeah.
because the big four were Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Harkens back to that one a bit more, I feel like.
But see, it's like little things like that it, like there is attention to detail, there is care. Like I said before, I think her name is Dr. Chin.
Mhm.
she's got a short like pixie cut black hair,
Right.
and she's like the Japanese, or I guess Chinese. I don't know her nationality. I apologize for that.
One
but
of the scientists.
exactly.
In league with Monarch.
And she has a twin sister that is watching over Mothra, and it's like it's that moment where
Right.
again, as my first viewing of any Godzilla film,
Had no clue.
didn't even.
But now that you know.
I actually got confused the first time because I was
Right.
I was confused as to why she now had long hair, but it was her twin.
Right.
And I think I pieced it together later. Whenever I think I saw her later in the film with short hair, and I was like, oh, that must be. And then I think she also referenced her mom and her grandma,
the
and they
entire
were all
family album of
right
just the twins.
of the twins. And I was like, I guess I don't think either I didn't think anything of her. I was like, that's weird. But now looking back on it, I was like, oh, it's like
oh my god,
it's a whole reference to like Mothra's caretaker.
It's the fucking fairies.
It's the fairies. Damn, look at them. So, anyways, it's like things like that. That's not so. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really hold a whole lot of bearing to the plot. Like you can still follow the movie along and enjoy the movie for what it is. But if you know, and it's like that's kind of cool. That's fun. These people who made this movie really care about this and
You
really
wanna know
put some.
what really nailed it for me?
What's that?
The rescoring of all the original music.
Yeah, dude. Oh, the first time that like Godzilla is in the is standing up in the water or whatever, and his track comes on. It's
Yes,
like,
dude,
bruh.
it's so good.
It hits the classic notes where you're like, oh, this is the OG Godzilla theme, and
it's perfect.
It's so good. Yeah, I love that a lot of the characters like reprise their roles. So it felt like the two movies were connected in a lot of ways. And of course, we've got like a new cast of like lead actors, like a whole family to kind of propel this movie forward.
Right.
Felt like it was a fresh story that could keep this thing moving. Again, a great human story along with the monster element of this, where there is a lot of like there's a lot of moral gray area.
Yeah.
There's a lot of confusion and like who's fighting for who and who's on what side, which is really interesting.
We got eco-terrorists.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, man, if there's one trope that I am kind of tired of.
What's that?
It's the whole humans are the real monsters, or
I see.
we're killing our planet, we don't deserve it trope.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I do.
Because it's not too dishonest.
Right. Shit's happening.
You're right.
Nobody can deny it.
Right.
However,
You're tired of it.
It's overplayed, it feels like. I mean, god damn, I get it. I'm not saying it's not an issue or that I'm not wanting to do anything about it, but holy shit.
You just can't accept that you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
I'm playing. I'm kidding.
I didn't do shit. I don't litter.
I don't litter.
We use the recycle bin.
Yeah. There's a number of things in this movie that I think they did really, really well. Besides like the scoring, I mean, obviously, again, it's legendary pictures, so like the special effects of all of it just feels so authentic and real.
Yeah,
like
they do big well.
And it just feels, again, the whole sound design of everything, whenever things are crashing and hitting, everything feels so visceral. And like I said, we've mentioned this before, like we have a pretty good sound system with with a decent subwoofer, and have it right next to the sofa. So when things really,
extra oomph.
and whenever things hit, it really feels like it hits. And I remember even that, even in the movie theater, it's like that.
Oh yeah, I'll never forget. There are 2 instances in which that sound system has infinitely improved the watching experience of anything on that TV.
I think I remember one of them.
Which one?
I think it was something about Evangelion.
Yeah, it was the end of Evangelion.
The end of Evangelion.
As soon as Asuka fucking goes berserk with Unit 2, dude, holy shit. That was amazing. The other one.
It makes my just saying the end of Evangelion makes my skin crawl. God. I'm like,
I'll be honest with you, man. That was an option too. I remembered that we hadn't done an episode on that one.
Really?
After just finishing like all the rebuilds.
You're right.
And I was like, oh yeah, I have that. I just own it now. Yeah.
I really gotta
be expecting that one to sneak up on you sometime.
I gotta wash my hands before I watch that one. I feel like
yeah,
I just feel dirty just thinking about it. Ugh.
The other one was Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway.
Oh gosh,
that nighttime scene in the city, dude. Mobile Suit's yucking it up.
Oh, bruh,
messing shit up.
I won't. I don't think you want to get me started on Hathaway.
I don't. I'm just saying.
I'm playing it. Hathaway's a great film.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, you're right. That does a great job as well.
It was so good.
The sound system does big well too. I think
does big well.
It does big good. Even the previous Godzilla film was a lot like that.
Oh yeah,
just having that like the screonks of Godzilla, and even like I talked about it in the previous episode where it was the whole like perfect fifth of his like roar at the end. Where I was like, bruh, it just sounded like an orchestra of him screaming because like the soundtrack was with it.
Yeah, man,
beautiful. I love it. There was a mixture of roars in this one where like I think there was some that felt
they used a couple of like the first ones from Godzilla.
It come from the I want to say it was towards the end of the film whenever he was like kind of at a distance. They really I'm not sure if it was the original, but it felt like the kind of original vibe.
Yeah, they mix and match them in this one,
which is cool. I mean, it adds some variation to his roar, and it makes him feel a little more authentic as a monster. You know, it's not just one. He's not one note. I don't know if you know this or not. Godzilla, you know,
motherfucker's got the black belt and baritone.
He's got pipes. You know, he can. He can scream.
He can hit all the ranges.
He can scream in at least 3 different dialects. I'm just saying. Yeah. Like I had said in the beginning of the podcast. Like coming back to this one, after really getting a full understanding of some of like the core Easter eggs of the Godzilla franchise. Watching this one, this feels like a really good Godzilla film, like in the aspect of like some of the classic ones. Again, less funny than some of like the other ones that have a little more of like a funny undertone or like a kind of a comedic side. But it hits those beats like we've talked about before when it comes to a Godzilla film. Now, I mean, there are like it feels like a Western action movie, so there is like some of that in there, but it
not enough to dilute the spirit.
Right, I think it hits hits the marks really well. And when I was referencing Final Wars, is because there is like an eclectic mixture of monsters. Mothra, Rodan, and Ghidorah being the main ones. And then they had talked about Kong.
Yeah. We saw a couple shots of
him.
Right.
Right. He was off on his island. Then they had another Muto.
Yeah.
And then they had like
the originals.
Yeah, and then they had
the big dude with the tusks. I remember his name is Behemoth.
Yeah, he looks kind of cool.
Yeah,
like a mixture between like an ape and like a.
I want to say he's got like 6
woolly mammoth
as well.
No, I think he just has 4, but his horns are so big though. But he looks like a more of like an ape of sorts, but
a
also
silverback mammoth,
right? But also like a mammoth though, exactly. Yeah. But I don't know what the other thing was. The Cthulhu spider monster.
Big ass.
Yeah, there's like this weird. Imagine this like I think it's either 4 or 6 like mandibled monster, and its head has like tentacles out of its face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I don't know what dark horror you came from, but
relatively Lovecraftian in nature.
Scary.
Yeah, this is neat.
So whenever I first, to a little backstory for me, whenever I first watched this, it was a bit, I don't want to say a bit much, but I was like, there's a lot of monsters here. It felt like a lot of monsters because I was like, oh, like, there's they're I think referencing some more of them, but like at the end we really only see like a handful of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that in that way because watching Final Wars, where they're just like pounding it out, like they're just like boom cameo, boom cameo.
Everybody's in there, all the warriors.
Exactly. Now that I go back to this movie, I'm like, oh, it actually isn't that bad. There's not a whole lot at all.
Yeah.
But at first, I was like, oh wow, yeah,
not even a chunk of the Rogues Gallery.
You're right. Yeah. There are some weird ones out there they could have made.
Oh yeah. Imagine if they brought back King Caesar. Oh man!
I just want to see Jet Jaguar,
dude. Oh my god!
I want to see what a modern rendition of what he would look like.
It'd be so cool.
I know that would probably never happen, but I think it'd be so fun.
I'm holding out hope, dude. It's got to.
Maybe one of these days. I just imagined. I'm just trying to picture what would like a serious Jet Jaguar look like because I just feel like he's so.
It's hard to do. He's too like Ultraman.
Yeah, it's not. How do you say it? It's not that he's too happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's too optimistic.
Yeah, too bright,
too positive, and like for this like kind of like gloomy tone. That's what I'm thinking. Like if he was gonna be incorporated, he'd have to take like kind of a shift because if like the bright like. the
Super Sentai
making the YMCA pose and flying around like that. I don't think that would,
oh my god!
I don't think that would land very well in this modern rendition.
Nah, who cares?
Nah, just do it, man.
They already pushed the envelope with this one.
Hey, there was an actor in this film called Bradley Whitford, and he played Dr. Rick Stanton. Bruh. This for me was the right amount of comedy in this film. Again, I think I may have said it before on the podcast. Or at this point, we have so many episodes. There's probably little I haven't said when it comes to my feelings on movies and stuff. But sometimes in a serious movie or an action adventure movie, it's always nice to have some comedy, some brevity in a story to kind of help.
Marvelitis, I call it.
Oh God,
yeah.
That help lighten up the story a little bit, to help make a little some of the more serious moments a little more digestible in some aspects. Right. Or at least that's what I've been told, or something like that.
Excuse me.
Some children's movies are worse than others, where like the comedic relief is just a really
obnoxious,
a really shitty character, and it's hard to like. And I won't say that a Phantom Menace, the first Star Wars movie, is not above that.
God.
Jar Jar Binks can be insufferable at moments. But like that's what I'm saying. Like there is a fine line between like what can be comedic relief and what can be like a funny character that can help again add some brevity to the situation. Dr. Stanton, I feel like did that for me. I'm not, again, this is all my personal opinion. You can have your feelings on the character if you will. Right. I personally, his little quips that felt authentic, and it felt like what we as the audience were saying.
Right, he's a smart ass conspiracy buff.
Exactly, and
living the dream, working the kind of job he has right now.
Yes. And I think he's also knowledgeable in what he's doing. So he's not like he's a dumb character.
Right.
He's actually like kind of being...
He's competent enough to back up his position there.
Exactly. And he's also like has a role on the ship of like, coordinating things and like being a some sort of leader type in a way.
Right.
Middle management kind of person. But there's a few times where one of the examples is the first time they're like encountering Godzilla, and of course Godzilla turns away, and everyone in the entire base does this big, like this like big sigh of relief of like, we almost got we were literally staring down.
Close one.
We were staring down the barrel of Godzilla himself, and then we're all thinking it. I mean, I don't want to speak for everyone, but in that moment, we're all like, okay, we can close the shields now.
Yeah.
And then Dr. Stanton does that. And he's like, hey, is it cool if I close the shields now? And it's like,
he's gone.
Right. And it's like moments like that where I'm like, it is funny in a very natural and a very human way. And he does that a lot of times as well. Whenever he's like, lower the shields, when it's all first happening, the first kind of quip that I'm talking about like that I think still, I think has stuck with me even now from the first viewing. Yeah. Then he's like, lower the shields. Like, what do you mean? You want to go ahead and invite him
for a goddamn beer? What are you out of your mind?
Yeah, I think he says, what do you want? You want to go ahead and invite him for a beer? You got a goddamn mind? No, ain't happening. And I love that. It's very, very real. And he does that throughout the movie. There's a few more quips like that are just funny and very poignant. And I think it's very funny. And I like that character a lot. Yeah. He was a funny, because I think it added something to the story. It wasn't like he was outside of everything. He was also involved in it. And like a lot of times what he was saying was very, very in the moment as
apt,
well.
If not eccentric.
Exactly.
Oh, how about that first bout, though, huh?
Oh, man.
They end up finding Ghidorah frozen in the Antarctic ice. And, of course, this eco-terror organization that the main scientist woman has started cavorting with. So,
again, just before you continue, there was a husband and wife duo, had a son and a daughter. And in the first Godzilla attack, they lost their son by some accident.
Right.
And then after that, the husband and wife kind of went separate ways. The husband wanted to have nothing to do with Monarch, and it's kind of been
an alcoholic.
Exactly. And at the same time, also kind of became like a wildlife photographer, a little bit of a recluse. And the daughter stayed with the mother, and then she, has been perpetuating
went off the
this.
deep end.
Yeah, and the wife in this scenario is like Dylan was saying with that trope about we are the pests in this world.
Humans are the real monsters.
We're the real bad guys.
She describes us as an infection. Like, I don't know, we seem pretty natural to me. Hard to really do that now. You got that line of thinking.
Yeah, and it starts to really tiptoe into you're getting into some some God complex here. You're talking about. But anyways, she ends up in cahoots with this what Dylan's calling an eco-terrorist group, which are trying
led
to fight
by none other than Tywin fucking Lannister.
He's played by Charles Dance.
He's the last person I was expecting to see in this movie.
I mean, he does a great job. But yeah, the first time he shows up, he blows a hole in the wall and just walks through. And I was like, it's Tywin Lannister. It's so perfect.
What the fuck are the lions doing here?
But anyways, so as you were saying, basically this group is trying to
they're just freeing all the monsters.
Exactly.
At least any that are in containment somehow.
Exactly.
As if we could put these things in cages.
Yeah, right.
And, they just so happened to release the worst possible one that they could. In that being the alien 3-headed golden dragon.
Yeah.
King Ghidorah.
Was it Specimen Zero or
Monster Zero?
Monster Zero? Yeah.
Yeah, or the Astro Monster.
The Astro Monster.
Yeah. So, he's up and about now.
Yeah.
Woke up on the wrong side of the iceberg.
I mean, if they blow up your little cozy, you're just vibing out there.
It was cool. That was like if somebody set fire to the cool side of the pillow that you just flipped over to.
How dare you?
I'm going to fucking kill everything that's
you
around
better
me.
You better be glad I don't spit lightning, because I would.
Oh, man.
Yes, but for those of you who may not know as well, is it historically all the monsters are from Earth. I believe they're terrestrial.
Right.
But Ghidorah is extraterrestrial.
Straight up alien.
He is alien. And
see, that gives me hope that they might bring Gigan back one day.
Oh, God.
That'd be amazing. I just wonder what he would look like.
I mean, I'm actually curious as to what the next Godzilla film is.
I mean, besides -0 or
Well,
-1.
that's not legendary. Though.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is the? But while we're here, next.
I remember they set up like a whole roadmap for different films they were supposedly going to make, but who's to say if those are even in production anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some pretty crazy ones lined up.
I think
Mothra
also.
and Rodan were going to get their own movies.
Oh, whoa, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot on there.
No, I haven't even seen all of them. It just says that Warner Brothers and Legendary's next MonsterVerse film, a sequel to the 2021 film Godzilla vs. Kong, has been titled Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire.
Oh my god.
The film, fifth in the franchise, is set to hit theaters in March 15th of 2024.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Holy shit,
I had
dude.
no idea.
Oh man, I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually like super cool.
Yeah. I didn't think they were going to do anything else with Kong, at least not for a while.
I mean, they did a pretty good job at the end of Godzilla versus Kong, of establishing kind of a
Ended things pretty amicably between the two,
right.
for the most part at least.
Everyone's able to stay in their lane.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh no, I don't want to do this now, but there's a teaser trailer for it.
Oh, shit.
Ah, shit, dude.
Okay, we'll wait.
Yeah. Oh man, this is going to be so cool, dude. Okay. Let's look up let's see roadmap.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have a roadmap while I'm sitting here thinking about it
Yeah.
before we get moved on? Oh yeah.
A fair bit, to be sure.
Yep. King of the Monsters, Kong Skull Island. So phase 1 was the 4 films that we got so far. What I don't know if this is factual or not.
Right.
This is just off of the internet I pulled up. So
Could be anything.
So it could be anything. It says that phase 1 was Godzilla, King of Monsters, Skull Island, and Godzilla vs. Kong. Phase 2 is going to be Kong Hollow Earth, Mothra, Queen of the Monsters, Godzilla Biohazard, and Son of Kong. So
There's no way they're going to bring back fucking Biolante.
So like there's these. I don't even know if that's like factual or not, because here's some more. Here's another. I think this is the one that I originally saw. Here's Godzilla. Kong.
Wait, did I must have skipped over that. My mind probably couldn't process it. Did you say Son of Godzilla?
No, I said Son of Kong.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's factual or not.
I was about to say.
These are all probably made up, but you have Godzilla, Kong, King of Monsters, Godzilla versus Kong. Then it says Mothra, Rodan, Gamera.
Oh my god, dude! A new Gamera film.
Destroy all monsters.
Unspeakable.
Yeah. So, like I said, I think everyone's taking their crack at what they want it to be, because I'm seeing.
I swear to God, if we finally get a Godzilla versus Gamera, dude, holy shit!
I'm seeing one here where it says phase 1 is those first 4 movies I'm talking about, and the next one people are saying, Godzilla 3, Mothra, Rodan. People are trying to put their own twist on it.
Right. That's nuts.
There's a lot of people here, because there's even one that says Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, and I really don't think that's probably going to be factual. And I am seeing destroy all monsters on here has been a reoccurring idea of, I think, a potential. So anyways, I do hope that they are able to bring in some other monsters. But speaking of, the one they did, I haven't seen a lot of the original of, is Rodan.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've seen a lot of Rodan, but this version of Rodan,
oh, it's great, dude. It's perfect.
I remember saying this in the theaters. I I love the name Rodan, the fire demon.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
cousin of Asmodeus.
yeah, I'm just saying, dude, that what a badass name.
Mhm.
And I love that. And
Yeah.
so to see him get a really good treatment in this movie was
See,
nice.
Rodan was one of those that took a while to grow on me until I learned more about him because before that I was just like, oh, he's just like a big ass pterodactyl.
Right.
But as soon as I found out that his entire species was nearly wiped out by an insect race called the Meganula,
Oh God.
that they were in like pitched combat for the duration of I don't know how long, but I want to say they came from. I remember something about it being like a different dimension.
Oh God. Not the dimensions.
Where they were just at war and eating each other.
Oh God.
But yeah, I think it was like in the original film, there was an egg of a Meganula that attracts Rodan and catastrophe ensues. But man, knowing all that, it just makes him so much cooler.
Yeah. That is cool.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Not to mention, like, his design in this film is perfect.
Oh, I mean, super cool.
The ever on fire wings.
I love it. I mean, you can't be called Rodan the fire demon and not
without the demonic fire.
And, I mean, and it's so perfect the way like he like hatches out of this vault in this mountain. It looks like someone put like a vault door as like a cork to plug up a volcano hole. Super cool.
Beautiful.
So whenever he is like, hatching out of that area,
the best entrance.
There's lava happening. He's just perched up there until he starts getting like shot by missiles from these fighter jets.
Right.
Then he takes to the sky, and then as he's flying, the sheer wind from his wings is just blowing
waste.
It's just
everything in his wake,
blowing shit everywhere, and it's like, damn.
Yeah.
That's
a mobile hurricane.
Yeah. Smoke clouds blots out the skies.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. But talking about other other monsters and this whole thing to keep that whole segue going. I have a little fun fact here. First fun fact that I have pulled up says that a skeleton can be seen outside of Godzilla's underwater temple. The skeleton bears a body shape resembling Anguirus.
Ah, damn, really?
A dinosaur who served as Godzilla's ally.
Yeah, it's like his right-hand man.
The filmmakers have confirmed that it is in fact Anguirus.
Oh, that's cool.
I actually didn't see that.
I didn't see it either.
And that's what I'm saying. I was like,
no
damn,
idea.
I missed that. And this is what I'm talking about. That's cool. That's something in there, again.
Just a nice little nod.
Just a nice little nod.
Yeah.
Anybody who knows?
That's for you.
It's for you. I see you out there. That's cool. One of the Titans, Leviathan, is in Loch Ness, implying that it's the origin of
Nessie is real.
the Loch Ness monster from legend. Toho actually nearly made a kaiju film starring Nessie in 1978.
Oh my god!
In co-production with Hammer Horror, and got far enough into production for posters to be made.
That's amazing.
I don't think it actually got finished.
Wow.
Mothra's eye spots on her wings were designed to resemble Godzilla's eyes in order to create a connection between the two monsters. Michael Daughtry said, she is... that's cool. She is the flag bearer and queen.
Nice.
How nice. That's
the
so
flag
cool.
bearer. That's funny.
Yeah. The pre-visualization team for King of Monsters based Madison Russell's face on Millie Bobby Brown's before she was cast, according to the director.
Oh, wow.
We got so used to seeing her face that we just kind of said, well, why don't we just make her an offer? That's cool.
That's funny.
Yeah. According to the 2004 Godzilla art book, the art of destruction the Godzilla corpse found in the beginning of that movie would have been discovered frozen somewhere in Siberia instead of the Philippines. It was changed because Man of Steel, a film from a year prior, had a very similar scene where of Clark finding the Kryptonian ship frozen in ice.
Everything's in Siberia.
Yeah. It says that this film appears to rework it.
Damn.
This time, King Ghidorah is frozen in the Antarctica. How fun!
Siberia was full.
Yeah.
Got too many odds and ends just under the ice.
You just
over
got too much stuff down there.
there. Dead
That's great.
Kryptonians.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
Would-be Godzilla corpses.
Yeah. It says on the map showing the Monarch sites for all the found Titans, there is an area over Scotland as a nod towards the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh,
That's what
wow.
actually is on the map.
That's funny.
During the credits, Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Mothra, and Rodan are listed as themselves.
Oh, of course.
That's so
I
good.
forgot about that.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm. He's real.
I love that.
They're real.
They're real.
San Francisco is gone
Yeah.
now.
Boston, see ya. There are
man.
monsters which were never seen, but their names appear on the computer screen and in newspaper headlines, including, I don't even know this one, Mokele Mimbe, Baphomet, Tiamat.
Fucking Baphomet.
Yeah, Baphomet, Tiamat, Typhoon, Abaddon, Leviathan, Sargon, Bunyip. Oh gosh,
Dude, the fucking bunyips.
yeah, the Bunyips.
Oh my god.
Damn.
All the cryptids.
Yep. The director revealed that the right head of Ghidorah is the most aggressive and bloodthirsty of the three, though that doesn't quite come across. Likely, he's the most eager to fight, and the smartest in
That's
combat.
funny.
When the middle head roars out a challenge to Godzilla, the right head's I don't know what that means. Quizzical. Oh, I see it. They have it capitalized like it was like an object. It says challenges to Godzilla. The right head's quizzical tilt can be seen as him sizing up his opponent and trying to analyze the situation.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Yeah, the right head can be seen spitefully shaking his head often in the film. He's also the first to notice important things in battle.
Wow.
Such as the speaker in Fenway Park and the electrical transformer that they bite to,
Yeah.
get gassed up.
That's funny.
Crazy.
I didn't think they would put that much detail
Right. I think that was more of like a person added that, but that is, I wouldn't say that's wrong.
Yeah.
The right head's getting up to no good.
And
I'm pretty sure at one point in time he's trying to like lick up the ashes of the remains, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And the middle head's like, get out of. Get.
Oh no, that was the left one.
Or no, his left head. Sorry.
That was the left one. Was real doofy.
Oh, that was what it was. Yeah, the right one's more, I think, more pragmatic, and then
They
the
are
left
the
one's
Three
doofy. Dr. Stanton being like, "What about Larry Moe and Curly over here?" So good. Yeah,
man.
I feel like that was what the left one feels very aloof and not all there a lot of
Right.
times. The middle head's constantly correcting him and
Right.
licking up the ashes, and like the middle head just bites his horns like, "Get the idiot! Let's go, dude. Let's go. Focus up. We gotta fly." It reminds me of that meme. The cartoon meme of all the
Oh
good
yeah,
Ghidorah
where,
heads.
like
Yeah.
two of them are like super serious.
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. It was like
Middle head's-
one is real dumb looking.
Right.
That's exactly what I think. It's the leftmost
man.
head is looking doofy, which I mean makes sense.
Man,
Oh, that's
funny.
fun. What a good time, dude.
One of the door rats just wasn't really putting all there whenever they fused.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
You forgot about the door rats.
I'm not gonna lie, I was living blissfully ignorant of the door rats until you just brought it up, and now I was
Never shall they be forgotten.
Oh God, why you gotta bring that up? I'm playing. That's funny though.
Yeah.
Damn. I won't get into that. Which Godzilla film was that?
Godzilla versus King Ghidorah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. The Heisei one.
If you want context into that joke and why it's, go watch Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, the Heisei one.
You should have by now.
You should have already. Trust me. But hey,
we
do it
forgive
again.
you.
Go look at what the door rats are and report back to me.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Well, is there anything else for this film you want to talk about?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I just I hope they do more.
Yeah, well, it looks like they got one coming out in 6 months.
Right.
It's
unbeknownst to me.
It's September, which means we got 6 months until March.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So in other news, I have completed all 3 playthroughs for the new Armored Core.
Oh yeah, he's gone through it.
Finally. And man, I can safely say that is one of, that's probably my favorite game of the year.
Really?
That is game of the year for me.
I saw a meme. You know the meme of like all the knights and kings or whatever all putting their swords into like the middle of a table?
Yeah.
It's that image, and it's all of the games that have come out in the past, like I guess since the beginning of the year, basically. So it's Armored Core, it's Baldur's Gate 3. I want to say it even has like other like Nintendo releases, like Pikmin 4, I think, like a whole bunch of other ones on there.
Pikmin.
Yeah, or Pikmin, sorry, whatever it is.
There you go.
Pick Me Man. And they're all together, and it's like 2023 being the best games of the, or being the best year for games or whatever. And I was like, I mean, true.
Yeah. It's been real fucking rough as of late, but holy shit.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Oh,
I mean, dude, I feel like we went through a drought of like obviously nobody being able to make anything for the past few years because of COVID stuff. And
we
I
knew
feel
there
like
was some good stuff coming.
Yeah.
But it just felt like it took forever.
Yeah. This feels like the year of like, this feels like the everything is releasing this year because it's like, I think it was like a couple of years of like being stuck inside and like having to like, do things for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone's getting back to normal now. And like all the projects that we've been working on for the past few years are all kind of getting wrapped up. So like this year, like on paper, I'm able to see like Starfield's also out as well. And I think it's apparently doing pretty well from what I've heard. So it's like, I think this year is the year where everyone finally like, COVID's not as bad as it was. Everyone's kind of getting together. All the projects
actually
that were
play some good games for once.
Right. Or I'm talking about making them. You know what I mean? Everyone in all the development companies are probably like, we finally are like all here and like underneath the.
I'm to start cranking out gems again.
Yeah. Or just get on the same page of like, let's make a good ass game.
Right.
And everyone's like, yeah, we can do that. Everyone's reinvigorated to go. I could be wrong.
Some sense.
Nah, everyone have some sense. Yeah.
Some people are like,
right.
Hey, now, don't be expecting good games.
Oh God, yeah, we don't go there. Oh God.
Those I still cannot fucking believe that.
I hope
dude.
those people
Holy
are the
shit.
exception.
What the fuck are you on?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ugh. But Armored Core, fucking amazing. Everything I was hoping for.
Yeah. I haven't even played it yet, but just looking at it, it is exactly what I was hoping it would be,
dude. I found out after looking into it that it runs on the same engine as Elden Ring.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
With the effectiveness and the swiftness that game came out, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if they already had like a core It's not like a super. I don't think Armored Core games are like super complex.
No, at least
Like-
for the most part.
Uh,
Some of
what-
the older ones definitely
Yeah,
have like,
yes,
a lot of stuff to
yes.
keep track of as far as like making your own mech, customizing it to where it actually works
Right.
properly. It's not too heavy on one
Right.
side or the other.
Yeah.
I remember having to balance out the
Mhm.
sides, like the balance for that thing in 5.
They had
and 4.
counterweights, yeah.
I kind of miss them. I'll be
Even
honest.
even in Armored Core 4 Answer,
Mhm.
there was if you were like too back weighted, like you couldn't. I forgot what it was.
Wouldn't it be like your forward momentum would be a bit
Yeah.
lacking?
Yes, but you can counterweight your front to be like more heavy,
Mhm.
and if you were to like dash forward, it would like you would dash faster, like just by a
Yeah.
little bit.
Mhm.
Anyways, that's all. We won't get into all that. But what I'm saying is like as opposed to a game like Elden Ring, where it's like open world, it's an RPG game where like you have quests upon side quests
Mhm.
to do, or the potential of that.
Right.
Armored Core, on the other hand, now I could be very wrong. I'm obviously very ignorant and naive to what I think, or what I know, like how games are made.
Mhm.
If you look at it in comparison, though, like you have Armored Core has like it's like sortie based, where
Mhm.
there's missions.
Right.
Launch a mission. You're in this like confined map. Do your mission.
Might be some little side objectives, hidden
Right.
things you can find.
Right.
But for the most part, that's all
Right.
it is.
And then of course back to the hangar.
Might get a good boss fight.
Right. Oh, yeah. A nice boss fight. So when when I was saying like it's like a quote unquote simpler game, I was meaning in that like technically simpler, where I can see like you have an engine that runs well on these like big open maps.
Right.
So like you have these like not anywhere near like Elden Ring size maps,
Right.
but like you can do like a pretty like as for an Armored Core size map.
Oh yeah,
they're very
they're
big.
big.
And so you have these maps. You can just like load in, do your job, get out.
It's good stuff.
Right, and then that's kind of what the only thing I'd imagine after that is setting up parts and weapons and like balancing them so that way one's not significantly overpowered than the other.
Right.
So that I think that's what I'm saying. What I'm assuming from the situation is like if you already have like the kind of the core structure, the bones of the
And then the armor.
yeah, and then you just put the armor on it. No, but what I'm saying is like that I could see like if you worked for a long time establishing a game like Elden Ring, to where like the core, the foundation is there. You can go ahead and just be like, let's go ahead and just like take off all the Elden Ring stuff.
Yeah,
let's
see
go
what
ahead and
else
like
we can do with this.
let's go ahead and put like an Armored Core mask on it and go like, okay, now we can flush this out some more.
Fucking seamless.
And
It's beautiful.
it turns out great
Mhm.
because again, like I said, I that's what I feel like is they probably did a lot of work on
Oh yeah.
probably
At this point, man,
you know.
I think From Software has
Oh, they got
cemented
it.
themselves as one of, if not the best game development company out there.
They got it down like clockwork out there,
Mhm.
I think.
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. You can't crank out 3 Dark Souls games,
Mm-hmm.
Elden Ring and Bloodborne,
Right.
and not, and rake in that kind of money and
Uh-huh.
not have some people that
Oh,
are,
yeah.
are good at what they do.
The rapport
Oh, yeah.
is ever growing.
Right. Yes, with the customers, but I'm talking about as well, like on the staff as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like
A
at that-
crack team.
At that point, if you're you're hitting home runs like that, I'm pretty sure if I was in charge of anything, I'd be like, whoever we got on staff is doing is doing good work. I'm gonna go ahead and incentivize them to keep on going.
Oh yeah.
Or if not, I'm gonna go ahead and get more people like them to help make this thing go, because they're doing a great job.
And man, because this is the first like departure / return to form that they've
Yeah.
had in almost a decade, if not more than, with them returning to the series and actually breathing some life back into it, and they just knocked it out of the park.
It's great.
Mhm.
It's a great time.
Couldn't have been better.
And it also feels very unique in the Armored Core aspect too.
Mm-hmm.
every Armored Core has kind of felt the same in a lot of ways, but each one kind of brings its own flavor.
Right. The
Or-
generational hops, like from 1 to 2, they add plenty.
Yeah. Or
But it's
or
still
fix,
got like the same bones.
right, or kind of fix quirks about it.
Mm-hmm.
Big thing about, I think,
The
from
control scheme especially.
that's what I mean. It's like as far as like movement and stuff, 2 feels very different than 1 does. For the better. But I love the creative aspect of this, and I love that they really brought that overall feel of like what Armored Core used to be like for me, of like just making a cool, pretty looking mech,
and then tearing
and
shit
then
up
just
with
tearing shit up with it. It's fun. It's really
super
really
high
fun.
speed one-on-one battles.
Ugh. And then I love that each of the legs in the other games, the different like lower halves had some like benefits and drawbacks.
Right. You would get higher weight loads. You could hold heavier weapons.
Right.
I
Right.
remember a perk of any of the. I want to say it was just the tank tread types. Didn't have to stop to fire a heavy weapon.
Yeah.
They could just keep rolling like it's nothing.
Right.
But,
But in this game, they kind of have upped that a little bit more, and I think they've incentivized certain build types, which I think is super cool.
oh yeah.
Each one of the different leg types has like kind of a perk that it does, or you can activate, which I think is really cool. Like I said before about different play styles and different build types, which is kind of that is a core. I really didn't mean to do that. It is a very fundamental selling point of the game. Is piloting mechs, shooting stuff, doing missions, but most importantly is like building your own mech and customizing it.
Crystallizing that design.
I mean, putting decals on it, color paint jobs.
People have already gone fucking insane with the customization, dude.
As they always do.
These look like some of the models that I've shown you.
Yeah, they look really good.
Mm-hmm. But you know what else I wish they would have brought back?
What's that?
9-ball.
Oh, 9-ball.
Fucking 9-ball.
Yeah.
We got a surrogate.
All mind.
Yeah.
Not so bad.
She came close enough, but just didn't quite hit the same as
Yeah.
the good old number 1 master of the arena.
The number 9.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in other news as well, I have been playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh.
Been pretty fun. I haven't gone super hard into it. Like some of our friends, or like Ethan Ethan has done a pretty good job.
Oh,
just like I knew it. I knew it, and I don't
prophesied,
and I prophesied it. I don't think that Ethan ever denied it either.
Right.
I mean, he may deny it, but
Chase specifically was the catalyst for this impact.
son of a bitch. Anybody who's listening,
Motherfucker was looking at the Dead
God.
Sea Scrolls like,
oh God.
That looks
I
a
have
hell of
to
a lot like
hold
me.
on. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and rant about this for a second. Let me go ahead and just talk about this for a moment.
Okay.
I don't think any of our friend group really knew about Baldur's Gate. But Dylan, myself, and Ethan have played and enjoy a game called Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yep.
Super cool game. Functionally works a lot like Baldur's Gate 3 if you've played it. It is a role-playing game, kind of I wouldn't say top-down, kind of that like isometric style.
Yeah.
Choice-based, there's quests, role-playing game. It's a really fun, like turn-based combat kind of game. It's
one
really
of my
fun.
favorite games like that.
Super good. Larian Studios makes it, and they are known for like making that game and others like it a little bit. So whenever I was hearing about Baldur's Gate 3, I have been like kind of keeping my eye on it for a while. I didn't join any beta. I didn't go anything crazy.
Right.
But I've been like keeping my eye on it for a while because I'm like, I mean, Larian Studios making like a Dungeons and Dragons video game. I'm like,
sounds pretty good.
Divinity Original Sin 2 kind of works like that
Right,
anyways.
it's already close to that mark.
Right. And I could see them just taking that one step further. And then when I saw that like Wizards of the Coast, which is the creators of or the owners of Dungeons and Dragons were like also in cahoots with it. I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be like this is gonna be playing Dungeons and Dragons on the computer. That's just what it is. So I've been I haven't been hyped for it, but I've never been like looking at it like,
that
you know,
looks neat.
hey, whenever it comes around, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
So I haven't talked about it a whole lot, but it was coming into release. It's a $60 game.
Right.
I didn't quite have the money just to drop on it right when it released, but I was like, but whenever I get my paycheck though, I will definitely be dropping some money on
It's
it.
happening.
And I had said it, and I talked about it with Chase a little bit. I was like, yeah, I would actually really like that game because I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, cool. And
Your first mistake.
I was talking. I was on the I was on the sofa, I think, with Ethan and Chase were there, and I said, Ethan, you better watch out with Baldur's Gate 3 because for the audience that doesn't know this, Ethan went hard in Divinity Original Sin 2, got all the achievements, played the game on the hardest difficulty, on hardcore mode, which means if you died, if you died, you lose your save. There's a lot of great stories Ethan could tell you about his romp through Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yeah.
So needless to say, I was like, Ethan, you better be careful. Baldur's Gate 3. Larian Studios is making something, and they're going to be doing a pretty good job, I think, from what I've seen. And you better be careful because if you start that path,
you're going to fall right down.
You're going to go ahead and spiral. And Chase got a kick out of that because Ethan also has like a few other games he was trying to play. He's like, I don't have time for other games right now because I'm trying to finish up, XYZ games. I'm like, hey, that's understandable. Be careful because when Baldur's Gate comes around, if you get started, I know how you work, and you're gonna not stop, and it's gonna be. Chase thought it was funny.
This motherfucker looks at me and goes, "Wouldn't it be funny if I?" Wouldn't it be funny if I just bought it for Ethan? And I was like, haha, yeah, I guess. And then he fucking goes and does it. And just straight up bought the fucking...
Ethan didn't even ask for it.
Right.
But I was like,
at random.
And I was like, that's fine. You can do that. But I was like, but bruh, I was
I warned you.
No, not even warned you. I sat on the couch and was like, I really want this game. I was sitting there and I was like, I really want this game and I can't quite get it yet. I really want this. And I was like, you son of a bitch. You want to play a practical joke, play it on the person that actually wants the damn game. But I know that's not the point, obviously. I mean, I know it's funny that you want to give it to Ethan. Very funny. But I definitely was like, you son of a bitch. He doesn't even want it. He didn't even ask for it. He specifically said, I can't start a new game because I have 2 or 3 of the games I'm trying to finish right now. And I was like, I can't believe you right now.
The greatest jape.
And then of course Ethan
within our friend group.
And then as Chase always does, he like the message was convoluted and weird. Like Ethan literally called me and he was like, I'm not sure if this is a joke, if Chase has lost his mind, or both. But he just bought
that thing's
Baldur's
been
Gate
gone for a while.
Baldur's Gate 3 for me, just out of nowhere. And I was like, that So anyways.
Chase, if you're listening, we love you.
I mean,
I love you.
You're gonna have to make good on my behalf.
Right. He
anyways,
will bear this grudge for the rest of his existence.
Ace Combat 7 is on discount right now. Go ahead and make good on that for me, please.
Oh, man.
Anyways, I'm playing. I'm a kid.
Right.
I have to do reverse psychology. I don't want that game. I don't want it at all.
Don't buy that for me.
Don't buy that for me.
Do you understand? It is imperative that you do anything but buy that for me.
But anyways,
and certainly not the collector's edition.
I do not. And when I say that, I do not want the Top Gun Maverick edition with all the nice planes in it.
Bottom of my list.
Do not want it. So anyways, I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3. It's been a lot of fun. I really haven't played it as much as I want to, obviously, because of just work and everything going on.
Right.
but I know our friend group has kind of been no-lifing it a little bit and doing some good stuff. But the thing is, there's a lot of games. You and I'm not sure you finished it or not, but I know for a fact Chase did. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, but that's another great game that kind of came out of nowhere. Well, I was gonna say came out of nowhere. It came around the same time.
Long awaited.
Man,
what if
super good.
it's so good.
It's a really good game.
I fucking love the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Everything I was hoping for in a spiritual successor was perfect.
And then out of nowhere, we also got a release date on Relink.
Yeah. February 1st, next year.
Crazy.
Motherfuckers said it was going to come out in winter.
I mean, it's still technically winter. It literally is probably the end of winter, technically. I'm not sure when spring. I'm pretty sure I'm not sure when spring starts, but it feels around March, April-ish. I think.
Okay, got my copy.
It's all right.
I've got mine, and I'm getting it. It'll be fine.
You've waited what 10 years? You can wait.
Don't
6
remind
months.
me.
That's crazy. All right. Well, what a good episode.
Yeah.
What a great movie. What a great talk about games.
Mm-hmm. I could go on.
Oh, there's a lot.
So much more.
There's so much more. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the games that are out. I'm excited for the games that are going to come out. We got the holidays coming up soon. Got a lot of great stuff. Yeah. I'm going to be busy at work.
Oh, yeah.
Bruh.
It's coming.
Yeah, I know. You don't got to tell me, dude. I'm preparing things for October right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
October is just the preliminary stuff. I'm getting things ready for that, so that whenever October happens, I don't have to work as much. And then once that's all done, I'm doing the pre-game. I'm preparing stuff now, so that way whenever October hits, I don't have to work on that stuff. So that way I can allocate more time for the December Christmas season.
Right.
So I'm really setting myself up for the next few months now.
Right.
So, but anyways. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for tagging along on this wonderful adventure through all the Godzilla goodness. By golly, Godzilla goodness.
Right.
But anyways, if you're looking to reach out to us, we have all of our. You can basically find us. Just type in the Aftermath on any of the major podcasting platforms. You find us that way. We got a little link tree /Ian Wolf where we have all the social media links and all that other stuff. But anyways, I also think there's another way you can find it.
Yeah, if you get beheaded, it will grow back. And whenever it does,
yikes,
we'll be waiting for you.
Cool. I was gonna say I think it's actually
cool.
Yeah. That's not gross at all.
No.
I'm pretty sure if you take a submarine down way into the ground and find the ancient city of Atlantis. Not only will you find Godzilla probably just chilling there taking a nap, but the podcast
He's our guest star.
The podcast is around there.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about him enough. I
think
some
hefty audio equipment.
He's definitely an honorary guest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he needs his own person. I'll probably hold the microphone away. He's loud enough. I can probably pick. It'll pick up.
Just him being in the general vicinity.
Yeah. Right.
Definitely loud enough.
It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
He's a professional.
Right.
I mean,
he knows what he's doing.
Like I said,
Been
he can scream at least 3 or 4.
He's destroyed the block before.
He's destroyed the entire block before. But anyways, until next time, thank you so much for listening.
See ya.
Bye-bye.